Germany has a huge problem. Its population is aging fast. There are now around 2 workers for every pensioner. The working population is shrinking as hundreds of thousands of baby boomers go into retirement. Germany's Federal Employment Agency says the country needs 400,000 skilled immigrants a year.
In Germany, we need skilled workforce. We need additionally skilled workforce from abroad.
But whether immigrants feel welcome is a whole other question.
Die Mehrheit der Menschen will weniger Migration. Und wir wollen nicht überrannt werden mit offenen Grenzen.
So is Germany attractive enough for skilled immigrants?
In India, when I used to work, I was almost busy. I had a lot of, let's say, like work from office, so there was not enough time for me.
In Brasilien, das ist schon schwierig. Du brauchst 2 Krankenhäuser zu arbeiten, damit du einen guten Lohn bekommst. Und hier, das ist die Möglichkeit. Und nicht nur das, also du kannst auch deine Familie unterstützen.
I can move to Netherlands and still keep the position I have. I will be very close to Germany, so whenever I'm needed in the headquarters, it's just a couple of hours away.
Now, before we hear more from Pankaj, Thaisa and Ozan, here are the 3 top reasons why skilled workers move to Germany. Career opportunities. They want to gain experience or get ahead. Number 2, safety. And rounding out the top 3, the good healthcare system. Believe it or not, salaries are in 4th place. Other reasons include its democracy, good education system, and clean air. My name is Chiponda, and I've been living in Germany for the last 17 years. So I'm curious about what other skilled immigrants make of this country.
I'm Pankaj from India. I came here 2.5 years ago with my family. I work in IT industry and I'm planning to stay here longer and apply for the citizenship.
Ich heiße Thaisa, ich bin Au-pair-Schwester hier in Deutschland seit 2016 und ich fühle mich sehr wohl hier.
I'm Ozan. I came to Germany 3 years ago from Turkey. I work as a business developer. Now I'm planning to leave Germany.
3 people, 3 stories. Making it in Germany isn't a walk in the park. For one, just finding a one-stop shop to help you navigate the immigration rules is a challenge. We struggle to find one, right, Marta?
Yes, it's very confusing.
German bureaucracy is a lot of paperwork, and if you miss out on something, let's say like if you get late to your appointment even for 5 minutes, you will miss that appointment.
It's quite, annoying to get the things done. You need to wait for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and you just have to wait. You cannot do anything. You cannot do anything in that case. So yeah, you have to wait.
Wow. When I moved to Germany in 2007, I didn't have to wait too long. Many things seemed easier.
It was quite difficult to get an apartment in the very beginning. I came with my family, so I was looking for an apartment which suits our family.
Over half the people looking for a new home have been searching for more than a year. And most of them say they can't find accommodation because what's on offer is just too expensive. So for Pankaj, it was a catch-22. You need to show proof that you have a registered address to be able to access government services. And you can only get that from your property owner. An Airbnb or hotel don't count because they are considered commercial accommodation.
I was getting a lot of letters from the school because it is mandatory for a children who is more than 6 years old to go to the school. As I was not having a home, so where could I send him? So I was just trying to find out an apartment, and I was not finding an apartment, and I was getting letters from the school again and again.
Pankaj's employer rented an apartment for him, but not everyone is so lucky.
I have my colleague, she was trying to find an apartment. She's a German, but she could also not find the apartment. So it's not like for foreigners, it's for everyone.
But for many foreigners, the language barrier makes it even harder.
I don't find it very welcoming when you object or refuse to give service in another language. It's not only a language barrier, but it's like an imposition, like they impose this to you. And I'm really having difficulty to understand this, actually.
So much for Germany's so-called welcome culture, Willkommenskultur.
Do you speak German to Italian colleagues or French colleagues?
Hallo, merhaba Ozan. Merhaba, bir tane su olabilir mi? Tabii.
The first thing I look when I'm buying a service is if they offer a foreign language with their services. That's the first thing I look at. It's not because I don't want to learn German.
People are expecting you to be at their level with their language, and from day 1 to 2, suddenly you switch and you become one of them. It's not that simple.
Am ersten Tag hier, ich habe überhaupt nichts verstanden. Während des Arbeitszeit also, habe ich alles gelernt. Mein Anerkennungsprozess war so, ich habe gar keinen Schulblock gehabt, dann habe ich alles im OP gelernt. Arbeiten hier, das ist eine Herausforderung. Viele Momente habe ich gedacht, nee, das schaffe ich nicht oder das ist zu viel für mich, ich will wieder nach Hause, das geht nicht. Das habe ich so lange überlegt, ja.
But Germany desperately needs nurses. Around 1 in 6 healthcare workers isn't German, and the need for them is rising by the year. If it weren't for its foreign workers, Thaisa's hospital would have to reduce its bed capacity by a third.
So am Anfang war nur so für mich so, ja, das ist meine einzige Chance, ich kann nicht so vermasseln, ich muss richtig machen und langsam habe ich wirklich verstanden, so, dass es wirklich Personalmangel gibt und die brauchen Leute überall. Wenn du unzufrieden bist irgendwo, dann kannst du für andere Arbeitgeber sich bewerben und dann kriegst du einen anderen Job. Das geht ja. Gefällt mir. Eigentlich das.
When I came here, it was quite shocking because in India we used to talk a lot, even though in workplaces also we chit-chat a lot, we talk a lot. But in Germany, I noticed like when they work. So there is not much, let's say people do not talk much. So it was very difficult to get into the system, to talk to the people.
Well, Germans aren't known for small talk, and I wouldn't recommend dropping in on anyone unannounced either.
When I first moved here, of course, my expectation was to make a big leap in my life. I thought I would be more in the center, but then I felt more outside actually, so of course it leaves you a feeling of dissatisfaction and frustration.
Among 53 countries, Germany ranks 5th from the bottom when it comes to making friends. My tip? Lower your expectations when it comes to making friends fast in Germany.
And with the community here, it was a lot easier. They would show me things, they would give me suggestions, even during a small talk. They would say, yeah, have you tried this one? Have you heard about this? Not necessarily I would prefer to connect with these people just because they could speak my mother tongue, but I find it quite relaxing and refreshing actually.
Kalp diyebilir miyim?
Finding a place in German society looks different for everyone, and a lot has to do with language.
Das Leben ist für mich einfacher jetzt, dass ich die Sprache kann, als am Anfang. Mein Zuhause ist jetzt hier, weil ich eine Familie habe. Und dann fühle ich mich auch wie zu Hause, ja. Aber Heimat ist noch Brasilien.
But sometimes Thaisa is made to feel like an outsider.
Die Leute, die wissen ganz genau, dass du nicht hier gehörst, ja, du kommst von woanders und dich so ein bisschen anders so behandeln. Das habe ich erlebt, ja.
Discrimination is a major problem. Statistics show that 3 out of 5 blacks and other people of color living in Germany have already experienced racism here. I should know. And it makes Germany less attractive despite the fact that companies desperately need skilled workers.
After 1.5 years, I was looking for some senior kind of role as well. So then I started looking for change, and I got an opportunity which is like permanent remote now. At the same time, my wife needs to know the language first. Without knowing the language, it's very difficult for her to get a role. And to learn the language, she needs to go in the morning, like 4 or 5 hours classes.
I wanted to go forward with the language first, and then I will pursue my IT course from the institute, and then I will continue with the job in IT field.
I can stay at home and work and can, let's say, drop the children in the morning to the kindergarten or to the school. For me, it's good, yeah.
For years, Germany has had a hot job market for IT experts, and Pankaj was able to easily switch jobs because he has a blue card. That's a special visa for highly skilled workers. Engineers, doctors, nurses, teachers, scientists, and IT experts are among the professions with a severe labor shortage that qualify. And IT experts can get a blue card even without a university degree. Once a person has a blue card, they can move easily to most EU countries as long as they have a job offer. Europe needs workers.
With the blue card, the mobility is not a problem. I will just transfer my blue card to Netherlands. And plus, they have some advantages too for, I think they call us expats. I'm planning to enjoy those additional offerings. Germany was a good choice for the time being. It is safe. You are treated equal as long as you speak the language. You have purchasing power, you have the sense of security. It's quiet, it's orderly. Where I'm coming from, it's quite chaotic. I really needed this, and sometimes when I'm back to Turkey, I find myself, oh my God, I missed home. And by home, I mean Hannover.
Ich bekomme ständig Fragen von Brasilianern, die hier nach Deutschland arbeiten wollen. Seit einem Jahr ungefähr schreibe ich also ständig Contents beim Nussfeld, also auf Instagram.
Thaisa is turning a hobby into a side hustle.
Ich bin auch in Deutschland gekommen als Pfleger und ich bin auch so vermittelt worden.
Sou enfermeira na Alemanha e, é claro, vantagens de trabalhar na Alemanha.
Ich weiß ganz genau, was passiert, also ich weiß ganz genau, wie funktioniert. Ich finde auch nicht so fair, wie alles läuft. Ich will, dass dieser Prozess besser wird. Zum Beispiel, wenn die Leute hierher kommen, die haben danach gar keine Unterstützung mehr quasi. Wenn die zum Beispiel schon einen Arbeitgeber haben, manche Firmen sagen, okay, ihr seid schon da, fertig, mein Teil ist schon zu Ende. Ich will die ganze Gruppe von mir, also vom Nussfeld, ich will betreuen. Und wenn die zufrieden sind, dann sage ich, okay, ich bin fertig jetzt.
And it's not just about support at the beginning. Immigrants need to understand how salaries are taxed. A nurse will earn 3,433 euros on average. And if they don't have children, 417 euros goes to income tax and 723 euros to Social Security. The tax burden and Social Security deductions are high, so their take-home pay will be 2,293 euros. And from that, they'll need to cover rent, groceries, and clothes, and other expenses too. This could be a reason why 2 out of 5 skilled immigrants in Germany are somewhat or very unhappy with their financial situation. And yet, healthcare and education are practically free here. That's largely thanks to the high taxes and Social Security deductions. But other countries, like the Netherlands, have lower taxes for expats.
The reason why I'm choosing now Netherlands is that it's open for foreigners, and not only Rotterdam, but all around Netherlands, it really feels like it is more welcoming. I just want to also underline that this is not open to immigrants, but when you have a privilege like a blue card, or if you are a skilled employee, it's easier for you to start a life in this kind of countries. I know my privileges, and I know these privileges are more beneficial here. I'm even planning on buying a new apartment.
Germany has the lowest home ownership rate in the EU. More than half of the people are renters because it is much harder to finance a home purchase entirely through a bank loan.
For the time being, my plan is to stay in Rotterdam.
3 out of 5 single people who want to move to Germany plan to stay permanently. For those with families, it is 3 out of 4, maybe because education is free here.
My children, at least I want them to, complete the school here and the university here.
Also ich fühle mich wohl hier in Delisha.
The keyword for Rotterdam is accessible. The connectedness feeling is my biggest expectation here.
So, is Germany attractive enough for skilled immigrants? Well, I'm applying for German citizenship. But having gone through some of the challenges that Ozan, Thaisa and Pankaj have mentioned, I have a couple of suggestions for Germany. 1. Provide better support to skilled immigrants during their first few years in the country. 2. Reduce bureaucracy. Simplify the paperwork, like tax declarations, for instance. 3. Reward skilled immigrants who choose to learn German. No one should feel like they are losing time or money when investing in the one language that would make their lives easier here. So how attractive do you think Germany is for skilled immigrants? We want to hear from you in the comments.